Hey friends, welcome to a new series I'm kicking off called Dr. Dealgood, where I showcase the stuff I told my girlfriend I bought for $10. In this series, you'll see a mix of glue bombs, new kits, and random supplies that I've grabbed from the internet, as well as from my local hobby shops. I plan to breathe new life into these builds, or use them for parts in other projects. Right off the bat, I noticed that the paint was super thick and the rear window was painted black. Some corners were cut to achieve this super aggressive stance, but you gotta appreciate the ingenuity. This is no other than the unpainted front of a GNX flavored Buick Regal. Many lights are missing and those present are crooked and broken. The front bumper section is also misaligned. Another front end, this time from a third generation Camaro. These kits are hard to find and have become pretty expensive, so it's unfortunate to find this one looking like the Joker. Like the GNX, it's also unpainted with exception of the free-handed blue lines. I knew immediately which kit this was just by seeing the step side bed. It's Revell's F-150 flare side kit. I thought it was odd that Revell never had a fleet side super cab configuration. I can't say that I've seen too many of these super cab flare sides out in the wild. The paint on this was pretty thick, kind of like the Mustang. And unlike the other builds, the front grille assembly was actually pretty clean. And I also noticed that the glue used on this one was kind of rubbery. It had quite a lot of give to it. It was almost like hot glue or something. The last major item in this package turned out to be a Fastback Mustang. It was pretty dusty, but it seemed to be constructed well. I had to do a double take on the undercarriage because it was pretty smooth. It definitely seemed like it had been spray painted. What was kind of strange was that only the shell had been painted. The chrome trim around the windows had also been painted. Unfortunately, I never found the hood or any of the suspension parts. I found this die-cast motorcycle at the bottom of the package with the engine that was missing. I'm not really sure what to do with it, so it'll live in the parts bin. This bag was just filled with loose parts, and probably 95% of them actually went to the kits that were inside. The next day, another mysterious package arrived, and would you believe it? It had more kits. The first thing I unwrapped was 2/3 of a car, which was a nice change of pace from the two front halves I had unwrapped from the previous package. I'm not sure what that mystery substance is on that rear wheel arch, but I probably shouldn't be touching it. It's only fitting that the next one I unwrap is also 2/3 of a car. This one has its windows painted black, however, and is coated in a layer of grime. So yeah, it looks like I have two Malibus. Next up is Eastbound and Ground, cause somebody stole the wheels. I'm sure you know which car this is, despite it missing the Thunder Chicken on the hood. Seems to be in alright shape, minus the broken A-pillar and the missing headlight cover, although I didn't know that these had headlight covers as an option. I was actually kind of shocked when I popped the hood. I wasn't expecting that much detail. The ignition wires looked pretty good and everything had been carefully painted. Other than the A-pillar, there was just a small blemish on the rear deck, but other than that, it seemed to be in pretty good shape. The last kit in this package turned out to be a early 90s F-150. It's missing a couple parts, but otherwise it's constructed pretty nicely. I'm not sure if it comes across the camera real well, but it had been painted red and the finish turned out to be kind of gritty. I was trying to gauge how fragile this was, but everything seemed to be holding up pretty well. This package also had a huge bag filled with these chassis. The first one I grabbed was an ancient one produced by Johan. This thing had to have been at least 50 years old. I'll probably end up selling most of these, as I'd rather have someone use these for a restoration. I thought this one was pretty cool. It was definitely like a dealer promo kit, as it had a bunch of car information molded on it. The next 2 minutes are nothing but chassis, so feel free to skip ahead if you want to see more parts. Otherwise, stick around and maybe help me identify these mysterious pieces. I'm thinking this one had to have gone to some sort of wagon. This one was interesting, as it looks like it was made out of some sort of resin material. This one's clearly Johan. Here's a hood for the Malibu. This one has some verbiage that reads Fundimensions 1985. No idea what it belongs to. And then there was this big ass seat. I mean, like, this thing is absolutely massive. If anything, I'd like to know what this one went to. Everyone knows leaf springs help the car turn. This is an ancient Corvette body, and it's absolutely filthy. I can't believe I had my hands all over this. Another Corvette body, again filthy, but well painted. A couple random dashboards, not really sure what those go to. This likely belongs to a Chevelle. Fortunate to have the front axle assembly for the Trans Am. Looks like someone tried to cut the hood out on the Corvette Stingray. That looks like the front end to one of the Malibus. After seeing that, that makes me wonder, is one of them a Malibu and the other's a Chevelle? Hope it doesn't bother you that I put the hood on backwards. Here's the overview of everything I got, starting with the giant seat. Let me know in the comments what you think. The kits, the format of this video, what kind of sushi you like, anything really. Well, that's all I got for this video, but I have plenty more in the works. Be sure to subscribe and follow me on Instagram. If you're a fellow builder, I'll return the favor. Hope you enjoyed looking at these filthy models with me. I'm gonna go scrub my workbench now while the rest of the video plays out. Thanks for joining me for video 1 of Dr. Dealgood. Since you're still around, I'll leave you with a fun fact. I almost named this series Bargain Jovi, but it didn't really fit the metal theme I was going for. Okay, I gotta run now. Hope we meet again soon. Later.